Alright guys, I wanted to film a little something to give my final thoughts on the Tovala Smart Oven. I used it for, I don't know, 7 or 8 weeks, on and off, a whole bunch of meals. So I want to talk about that. I wanted to also show off a little microphone here I'll tell you a little bit more about in a second, but it's by Maono, I'm not sure. It's a little wireless iPhone mic. I recorded all the scenes of the food and everything where I'm like filming with the phone with this microphone. I think it sounds pretty good. A cool little kit. You can check out in my description. There's a link to it. You get 2 of these wireless mics. You can plug in a lav mic if you want to run that up your shirt or whatever and clip that on. All you do is you plug in this little adapter to your iPhone and it works. It's too easy. It's so easy. Comes with a bunch of accessories, cool little pouch. You can store everything in and travel with it. So this video is kind of sponsored by them. I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Like I said, anyone who wants to check that out, link in the description. So as far as the Tovala goes, I got this oven because I wanted a combination oven and air fryer, toaster oven and air fryer. But the whole idea is that you're getting it for these meals that get shipped to you weekly. So here is my final week of Tovala meals. I'll tell you a bit more about those. We'll go over a bit more at the end and my final thoughts on if you should get this, if you shouldn't, and what I thought of it. Alright, now until this video, I never sprung for steak. Steak is always a premium option. It costs an extra $10. But I got, for my final week here, filet mignon with balsamic caramelized onions and rosemary parmesan potato wedges with garlic mayo. Now you'll notice I have it in a Snapware container because I had to do something. When it arrived, it was kind of leaking already. Not a good look. I will say I think it's the only thing I've gotten from them that was like that. Of course, it's the thing I paid a premium for, but we'll get to that. So this guy clocks in at 450 calories. And there is an optional garlic mayo, which, let's be real, we're going to use. That's another 255 calories. I think we're going to use it. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's maybe for dipping the potatoes. I don't know. So it comes with all these goodies here. I don't even know half of what I'm looking at. Mystery. Oh, these are the caramelized onions. Okay. Here's some seasoning for the steak. I cut myself on my oven. I don't know how. That's a mystery to me. But, yeah, what's it got? Steak seasoning, Parmesan seasoning, garlic mayo, balsamic caramelized onions, and in the box, potato wedges. Alright, so first things first, they have you take the steak out, pat it dry. So I've got a nice dry fillet here. Then we're going to put on the Tovala steak seasoning. And obviously we're not going to leave it like that. To the best of our mediocre ability, we're going to pat it around, coat that steak nice and well. This one's interesting in that I'm not doing anything to the potatoes first. I've got all those extra ingredients, but we're just putting these guys in side by side, get them in the oven, close her up, scan, take our barcode, get it to register. Maybe got to actually turn it the right way. Easier when you're not trying to film a video. That's good to go. We hit start and off she goes. They're done. What was it, 16 minutes later or so. Let's take them out. Not looking bad. Not looking bad. Alright, I topped the steak. It's resting. The resting's for the steak. The potatoes don't need to rest. So I poured on all the Parmesan seasoning. It says to toss the potatoes in them. I'm going to put the camera down and actually put a better effort in at this. But the point is you want to coat these in this seasoning. And there we go. We've transferred everything to the plate. It's ready to eat. I've got my garlic mayo ready to dip. This is the most expensive Tovala meal I've bought. I'm expecting great things. So I guess first we have to try the steak, right? We finally have a steak from Tovala. It's well cooked. I mean, let's see the inside. That's going to tell the tale. We want a perfect medium rare out of this. And at least on the edges, we're not getting that. But let's see what happens towards the center. The flavor's there. It's a really tender, tasty piece of steak. It's cut into the middle. And not bad. Maybe a little more than I would have done it. Actually, it probably looks a lot more red on camera. Let's get a bite with more of the onion. The caramelized onions are pretty good. Maybe a bit much of the seasoning. I should have seasoned the whole thing. They only tell you to really sprinkle on top. But the seasoning's good. Really good kind of steak seasoning. If you've ever had any steak seasoning. Tender cut of meat. Tasty. The onions are great. That's really good. Is it worth the extra $10 over one of the chicken meals? I don't know. Depends on who you are. This is a premium meal service, really. You're not essentially saving money, or you're saving time. You're not getting greasy fast food. You've got this delicious home-cooked meal that you put almost no effort into, waiting for you, delivered. You're paying a premium for that. And if you've got that kind of money, you don't care. The steak's good. If you say, what's another $10? I get steak. I get a nice cut of filet. There it is. It's good. Can't argue with that. Let's try the potatoes. I mean, think about it, though. An extra $10. These meals are already coming out to $13, $14, roughly, depending on the math, what you've ordered. And now we've thrown on an extra $10 just to make it steak. I mean, I can't recommend that to anybody. Unless you're just throwing money around and it sounds good to you, then by all means. The potatoes with the seasoning and the sauce, you don't even need the mayo. That hits the spot. That's really good. That would be just as good with chicken, though. I wouldn't have to pay an extra $10. See what I mean? But, speaking of chicken, let's check out the rest of my meals for the week here. We've got chicken for the next 3. So for today, I've got this banh mi inspired chicken sandwich. Now, I screwed up on this. It's got a fish allergen. And I didn't realize how instrumental it was to the whole thing. This is I don't know how to say it, nuoc cham sauce or something. That's got anchovy. I can't have that. These are nuoc cham carrots. Now, I don't know if they have fish sauce in them. Might give them a shot anyways. Those get tossed with the lettuce. They're the greens here. So we take the spinach out. We're going to put the chicken breast in there. We're going to cover it with, I believe, a panko and I don't know. Whatever it says to do. Sriracha mayo, sprinkle the panko on. I can do that. Once we're done with that, this goes on the bun, this cilantro lime sauce. I don't know. Sandwich sounds good. We'll give it a shot here. For this one, we're just putting in the chicken. Loosen her up, get our scan going. Maybe. No, I'm not great at it. You'd think it would work better. There we go. 20 minutes for that. And off it goes. So what really intrigued me about this one is it came with a bun. The bun's still fresh. Bun seems good. It says to warm it in the residual heat of the oven for 30 seconds after this is done cooking. So here's the deal. I tried the tiniest bit of the sauce. I don't know if it's all in my head, but I could feel it. I could feel it in my throat. So I figured I don't want to risk dying over a Tovala oven meal that I mistakenly ordered the wrong thing for. So I had already poured the sauce on the spinach. Stupid me. So I had to toss all that. I tossed the carrots. So what I have here is the chicken sandwich without the carrots and spinach that was supposed to go on it, which I'm sure would have added a bit there. But there's the chicken breast. Here's my concern. I don't know how you get around this, right? I'm about to eat this as a sandwich, but I guess I wasn't going to clean it up if I just ate it. You know, it's got all the fat that's kind of congealed on it because it's a chicken breast that we just threw in there. I put the sauce on the bun, you know. There it is. Let's bite into it. It's a bit messy. So here's the thing. I don't know what order I've put these meals in for this video, but wow, this is falling apart. I love the Tovala chicken breasts. They're super tender. And I think that's because they marinate them with like a baking soda something solution. I don't know. There's a way to tenderize chicken that just makes it super tender. I think that's what they've done. So it cooks perfectly in that Tovala oven. So everything on top of here is good. The bun's good. This is surprisingly good. I wish I could have had the rest of the stuff on there. I think that would have really made this sing. But not bad. Only problem, we're looking at a $14 homemade chicken sandwich at this point. Would it have been fancier separate without the bun? Would I not be complaining? Maybe. Let's go on to the next meal. All right, tonight I've got the blackened chicken breast with penne Alfredo with Italian salsa verde. Sounds good. Comes with all these goodies. Some spices, Parmesan, penne Alfredo. That's in that tray. There's your chicken. The salsa verde. In case I didn't mention it, when they ship this stuff, the main meal ingredients come in one of these boxes. The meats come separately. It's all on dry ice. Everything arrives nice and cold. Never really had an issue except for that steak earlier in the video. I'll put this together, cook it up. So, sprinkled the Parmesan on the penne Alfredo. Sprinkled the seasoning on top of here. It's one of my criticisms is that all the seasoning goes on top. None on the bottom. There might be a little much on top. But we're going to pop these in the oven, 20 minutes, take them out, plate them, drizzle with the Italian salsa verde. Here's our blackened chicken with pasta. I put on the Italian salsa verde. Let's give it a shot. We'll take a bite of this pasta first. That looks pretty good. Yeah. I don't know that it needs the salsa. That adds a weird vibe. Honestly, it's not super flavorful. Kind of disappointed by that. I'm usually not disappointed by these. Maybe skip on the pasta. I don't know. Let's try the chicken. Chicken's looking nice and juicy. Now, is it a little drier than usual? Yes. Did I leave it in the oven 9 minutes past its cook time because I missed the notification and had headphones on? Maybe. But the flavor's good. The seasoning on top. And despite me leaving it in there, it's still pretty juicy. So what if we combine some chicken with some pasta for the ultimate bite? I'm going to be honest. I don't think that Italian salsa really pairs well with this. I've had it on something else, and it worked well. Not with this. That said, it's good without it. If you don't put it on, you save 44 calories. Not bad. This meal, I think, clocked in at, I don't remember, it was around 640, then another 44 with the salsa verde. Not a mega fan of this one. The pasta's kind of weak. But we've got one more. For our last Tovala meal, the final meal, we've got smoky barbecue chicken breast with broccoli and garlic mashed potatoes. I went with the chicken breast instead of the pork chop because the one time I got a pork chop, I thought it was kind of chewy. Wasn't a fan. But I love the chicken breasts, as you know. Here's the catch. Today is April 4th. This was enjoyed before last Tuesday. That was part of my problem. If life caught up with me, if I was going out, buying other food, I didn't always finish my Tovala meals. So they'd get old. This broccoli still looks good. I'm sure the chicken's fine. Mashed potatoes are going to hold up. Cheese and sauce. I'll put it all together. We're going to give it a shot. Just kidding. I'm going to show you a little bit. This one's a little different. I'd take a spoon, mash the potatoes out, so there was a little bit of work there. I had to attempt to spread the barbecue sauce on the chicken. That's about the best we're going to get. I can live with it. The sauces don't really, stick. I'm sure that'll be good, but I don't know. Barbecue sauce on chicken, that's it. Here's the potatoes. So this one's weird. It's going to have me dump the broccoli on the potatoes. And it's going to go into the oven like that. So I have no idea how that's going to turn out. At the end, we're going to mix the cheese into the potatoes. This one's got a little extra work for not the most fancy dish, but we'll see how it turns out. All right, so here is our final Tovala meal. This one there's not much to look at. I don't know. Let's try it though. I got potatoes all over the fork, so let's try the potatoes first. The cheese, once melted in there, or once mixed in there, melted pretty nicely into the potatoes. Yeah, pretty good. Nothing special. With a little broccoli. This one was weird because it says to separate the broccoli, as if I could just take the broccoli off and it hadn't kind of soaked into the potatoes, right? This is the first meal I've had where I'm like, what is this? And it didn't roast as much as it usually does because it was sitting on top. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's try the chicken. We know how the chicken's going to taste. I took it out of the oven on time this time. Looks nice and juicy. Covered in that barbecue sauce. Which was really good. Not bad. It's juicy, it's tasty. It is good. It's better than not bad. You get it with a piece of broccoli, right? Now we're doing the whole thing. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty basic, but a tasty, healthy meal. I didn't check the calories on this one. It can't be much more than 500, 600 tops. This is basic stuff. Not bad. Let's talk about the whole Tovala package. All right, so final thoughts here. If we don't factor in the steak premium, those 4 meals cost $16 each. It's pricey. And if we do factor in the steak premium, that $16 steak meal cost $26. Not worth the price, clearly. So if you're looking to use this with the meal service, the meals are good. They taste great. They're healthy. They can be healthy. There's some unhealthy options. It's really whatever you're after. It tastes home cooked. Everything's delicious for the most part. I have no complaints on that front. It is pricey. You really shouldn't be getting this to save money unless you're the kind of person that was already spending $20, $30, $35 a night on like Uber Eats or something. If you were already doing delivery, if you live a busy lifestyle where you're just not cooking, you're not even picking up, you're just getting delivery, or maybe you're picking up something expensive, I don't know. This could be a way to save money on that. If we get away from the saving money aspect, it's a way that you're paying a little bit of a premium, but you're getting a healthy kind of whole food kind of dinner every night. You're not eating processed fast foods, microwave meals, things like that. This is quality, fresh stuff that you're heating up in an oven that knows exactly how to cook it, and it comes out great. They've tested it. Good stuff. For that, if that sounds up your alley, I recommend it. But I'm a little torn on that aspect too. Here's why. and I guess we'll go to my review of using this for other things. I wanted it as an air fryer. It's not a great air fryer. It's quite poor as an air fryer. Everything to the right side of the oven cooks way faster than the left side. I'd have stuff that's completely done on the right side and stuff that's barely cooked on the left side. Terrible air fryer, terrible circulation for that. It really disappointed me. If you're only doing a couple things and you can keep it all on the right, it'll get the job done eventually. But where it really shines is with the pre-programmed, pre-packaged meals. It knows when to steam, when to bake, and the baking is the convection frying. It knows what it's doing. For your own stuff, it's not great. So to remedy that, and here's why I'm concerned about the whole service in general, they now have an air fryer version. It's the same thing without steam, but it's supposedly better at air frying. It's a little less expensive. The steam, I feel, plays a big part of it, right? So now you're shipping everyone the same meals, but are you shipping them different? You're not. There's not different barcodes or anything. How are you getting the same cook with both ovens? I'm skeptical of that. I'm kind of upset that they brought out a better air fryer model after I had been using this one for so long. I don't have room to get the other one and test it. I don't have room for this stuff. I'm in a little apartment. So I think I don't know if I'm going to sell it and give away the oven or something, because I want to get more into cooking, because I do this YouTube channel. I can't just be eating Tovala meals the rest of my life. Now, if you want to, like I said, they taste great. They're healthy. It's tempting. I love them. They're so easy. And even though you've barely done anything, you feel almost accomplished. Like, look at this great meal I just put on a plate. For that, I love it. I think it's good. That said, if you're interested, if you've been eyeballing this, I don't even know if I still have credits left, but I have a referral link in the description. Even if I don't get any more credit from it, I think it still gets you a discount on the Pro Oven if that's something you've been considering and you want to try it out. Again, after you've paid for the 6 weeks of meals or whatever, you got a $50 toaster oven, air fryer. It's not amazing at that, but it's something. So those are kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. If you've been using it, if you love it, what your kind of pros and cons are to it. I'm interested in what some of you guys have to say. And like I said, this little guy, it's my own microphone set. If you're interested in that, if this is something that appeals to you, link in the description. You can check that out too. But I appreciate you guys watching. Y'all take care.